those were great days, man. They were great days, and I hope it gets back to that.
I hope we can get back to that, man. Because like even with your kind of style of comedy, just doing the characters, and your characters do lean into stereotypes, and they're funny. And like like I just was watching the Great Habibi and stuff like that.
Well, I remember there was a period of time I got sick of doing my act. I wanted to do something on purpose that was offensive as it could be, and just see what happened. So I started doing this character on stage, and people believed it was real. It was this angry Middle Eastern comic called the Great Habibi, right? And I came out. My opening joke was, "I hate juice, orange juice, apple juice, grapefruit juice."
Is this stuff that you are concerned about or worried about when you go on stage now, or do you just go, you know what, this is my act, let's see what happens?
I kind of, listen, people can say stereotypes, but the characters that I do, they're ethnic. They tend to be ethnic, and I have a real love for those ethnic groups. It comes from a place of love. I'm not gonna, I'm not shitting on them. I'm representing them. To me, the ultimate compliment is, like, for instance, the Great Habibi story. The ultimate compliment, for those of you who haven't heard it, or whoever's listening or watching or whatever, whoever sees this, I did a sort of a Middle Eastern comedian character. I would come on as a Middle Eastern comic, and people believed I was the dude, which is what, and Arabs and Israelis would come up because I'd throw in a couple words, Khamsin Dala, I'd throw in these words, and people would believe that it really was the guy. And that, to me, was the barometer of whether or not I should keep. I don't care if somebody comes up and they're like, it's offensive. I one of the last shows I did before COVID, it was like one of these Brooklyn rooms, and this is New York. Okay,
right. Exactly.
New York. I can't believe, I'm in there, and these girls booked me to be on the show, and it was like a hipster room or whatever. And before I go on, they come up and they're like, "Now, we don't want you to talk about nothing misogynistic," and they started giving me this list. And the last thing on the list was, "Don't do any voices or characters from countries you're not from." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Have you watched what I do?"